Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Nursing Codebook. This side Karishma here. I am a psychiatric master specialized nurse and today we are going to discuss a small topic, principles of administration. This topic is very important for your examination. For masters generally this topic come for 10 marks questions, and for bachelors and GNM student this usually comes for 5 marks. Okay, so in the last video we have discussed about the purpose of administration. Today we are going to see about the principles. Now to remember each and every points of principle of administration, I will use a small mnemonics which will help you to remember each and every points under the principle of administration. This will help you to remember and mug up easily, and you can also remember it for the longer period of time. So the mnemonics which I have listed here is: Usha's small dog dances every day for chocolate. Usha's small dog dances every day for chocolate. So this Usha's U stand for unity of command. Usha's U stand for unity of command. Unity of command means there should be only one boss who should give instruction to an employee to act on or delegating the task to a particular individual. Now, for example, hospital setting, if a nurse is working in a general ward, so there should be only one general ward in charge who should be giving an instruction to a nurses to work on that, not multiple doctors. So this multiple reporting manager will create a confusion on the productivity of task. So S stands for span of control. In span of control, the hiring or the reporting manager should only effectively manage an employee to a limited number of people. Suppose a head nurse who is managing a nurse should be able to manage only limited number of people like 15 and 20. She should not exceed more than 15 and 20, right? So this thing will come under span of control. D stands for division of work. Now, what is division of work? Here, the employees should get the equal amount or equal number of work, and the work should be delegated based on the skills and based on the capability of an individual. It should not like the person who is specialized in psychiatry should be working into a critical care unit, right? Based on the specialization and based on the skill of an individual, that particular individual should work into their own department so that the more productivity can happen. So this will come under division of work, assigning a task in equal amount, and this assignment should also done on the basis of skills and based on the basis of capability of an individual. Next is D, dances. So this dances, D stands for delegation of authority. Now, when you are assigning a task to an individual, you should also giving authority to an employee to act on the task. Example: if head nurse has received a task of handling a order and supply of the stock. And now, once the stocks get over, she should be also made an authority to order her stocks when the stocks get over. So, the delegation of authority is also given to an employee apart from the task. Now, next point is everyday. So, this everyday E stands for equity. So, in any organization, whether it's a healthcare or corporate, there should be a equal treatment or equal fare should be given to an employee. No favoritism, no nothing, no personal biasness or professional biasness is done in an organization. Based on the company or based on the organization policies, all the employees should be treated equally based on the company policy. So this come under the equity. Next point is D. So D stands for discipline. D stands for discipline. So discipline means the every employee who in a healthcare organization or any organization should maintain a professional conduct, should maintain a punctuality while coming to the hospital, or till their shift get over, should maintain a punctuality and should perform their task based on the standard of the practices, right? So this all things will come under discipline. F stands for flexibility. Flexibility means based on the situation and based on the circumstances, the employee should able to adapt themselves, right? Example, there was a sudden outbreak of COVID-19 or any dengue outbreak, right? So in that situation, nurses and the other healthcare professional has to adapt in their shifting timing, shift changes based on the situation. So C stands for continuity of service. So the services which is provided by a healthcare professional should go on without interruption. Now, once the shift gets over by a healthcare professionals, so they should be giving a proper handover to another healthcare professional so that proper continuity care of patient can be managed. So this all things will come under continuity of service. Now let us revise once again the principle of administration. So we have a small mnemonics here to remember each and every points of principle of administration. So the mnemonics are: Usha's small dog dances every day for chocolate. U stands for unity of command, where should be only one reporting manager who will be giving to a instruction to an employee to act on that to avoid a confusion. Next is S stands for span of control. So under span of control, the reporting manager should able effectively manage a number of people to a certain amount only. They should not exceed more than 50 or 60 or 70 members, right? Next is division of work. So the roles and responsibility to an employee can be divided based on their skills or based on their capabilities and based on their own department. Next is D stands for delegation of authority. So apart from giving a task, they should also have authority to act on the situation or to act on the particular task based on the demand and supply. This will come under delegation of authority. Next, E stands for equity. So all the employees working into an organization should be treated fairly, without favoritism or without personal and professional biasness. Next, D stands for discipline. So discipline is like every individual who is working into any organization should maintain a professional conduct, and also they should maintain a punctuality and they should work based on the practices or based on the standard practices. Next, F stands for flexibility. So based on the demand and supply or based on the sudden outbreak or circumstances, they can able to adapt in their working pattern based on the circumstances and based on the demand, right? Next is C stands for continuity of service. So there should be a continuity of service without any interruption. So once the shift get over, they should be doing a proper handover to another individual who will be the next in charge for the particular task without any interruptions. These all are the important principles of administrations are there. So help which you need in any topic, you can just comment below in our comment section. And if you are new to our channel, you can subscribe Nursing Codebook. Thank you and have a nice day. We'll see in the next video with philosophies of nursing administration. Thank you.